Good evening, Mark. Well, since our last interview, which was a month ago, we've played 5, won 1, drawn 2, lost 2, scoring 6 goals and letting in 13. We're 14th in the league. So, I'll ask the question, how's the season going?
It's been very roller coaster like. It's been up and down and in a way disappointing because I felt we had a good pre-season. Then we had obviously lost the first game and then we bounced back to 2 good wins. But since then it's been too inconsistent. We've had a few injuries which I keep going on about, which obviously weakened the team. We've had a lot of players come in, a lot of players obviously go, and it's been a frustrating time. But I feel we've been working really hard in training the last couple of weeks to try and put things right. I think our away form's been fantastic. It's just the home form which has been really disappointing, and that's something we need to really sort out as quickly as possible.
I went on the forum and asked the supporters for some questions, so I know you haven't had any knowledge of these beforehand, so hopefully you ain't got too much thinking time, but here's one of the questions. Who's in the present squad, and can he keep the supporters up to date when players leave? What's happened to Jordan Anderson, and who's coaching our defence was one of the questions.
So if we go through them individually, what's the first one?
So the first one, who's in the present squad, and can you keep the supporters up to date when players leave?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well firstly the current squad is the one that we've had for the last month, but in that we've had 6 injuries. Jordan Wilson, Wade Small, Andre McCollin, Jordan Anderson, and Jamie Bites obviously had an injury. He got injured again in training the other night. So it's been, Joe O'Carroll's been injured. So we've had 6 injuries to quite key players in my eyes. So we've had to have a big squad, and so we've had to utilise that. So
what about coaching our defence? Who's coaching our defence? Do we have a defence coach?
We've been, to be fair, what we've done a lot of about a month ago. We worked on defending set pieces. We completely changed it. We've done what my brother does with Chelsea ladies, and a zonal defence, and we stopped conceding goals from corners. We've only conceded 1 in the last 5 games. Other goals now coming in from different areas, obviously. So Jeff was working from Tuesday, and that he took away defenders, especially. Again, problems have been that players have been playing matches and then not training for the week because they've been injuries, nursing injuries and recovering. So with that, we haven't been able to work a lot. But this week, hopefully, everyone's been fit, and we've been working on that, and we should need to see an improvement.
9 of the players used against Harrow were players who were with the club last season. Do you accept that the team is best developed around a group of players that have some affinity with the club?
Definitely. I think you'd want players who want to play for the club and not play as individuals. That's what we keep trying to stress. And I mean, we did that when we beat Margate the other week, and then we kept the same squad for the Craig game, and trying to keep that little bit of stability and continuity, and then we go and get whacked 4-0. We did exactly the same, went to Harrow, had a great battling result and got a point, and anyone who was there will tell you that they play with passion and pride and give everything for Tooting. And then on the Saturday we come here and we lose 2-1 to a lowly Aveley team. So you've got to look at it, it's the same team, the same players, and they just didn't perform when in front of our own fans.
Okay, changing the subjects, one of the supporters has asked, what's your favourite curry?
Curry?
So if you went for a curry, what would you order?
I had one last night. I had a lamb madras.
Lamb madras. Yeah. Favourite tipple? Just in case everyone wants to buy you a drink.
Yeah, Magners, I'd say.
Chihuahuas or pugs?
Oh, they're both minging. I've got a Cocker Spaniel.
Okay, are we just a shop window? Or, you know, someone's asking who's selecting the team, is chairman, director of football or the manager? Obviously, speaking to various people, it would appear several players are being put in the shop window, hoping to get league clubs interested. And if that happens, that leaves an unsettled side.
Yeah, what's happened, and I mean, since you left yourself, I've been literally left to run football in terms of the first team. I run the academy. And Dave Waters has obviously left, so I've got no one to. I haven't really got the time to do the media stuff, which I do, and this is why it's great for you to come tonight, because if you're not here asking the questions, the fans know absolutely nothing. So other than what they read in the paper, in the Surrey comment or programme note, so it's good that you could come along and do this. So we do need more communication, but I can't do everything myself, so it's great you come here. But in terms of the players, recently we've had a guy it's been ongoing for over 4 weeks now, who's going to put a bit into the budget in terms of as a sponsorship, and with that a lot of it has we've been able to attract players, I wouldn't say of a higher calibre, but who want to come here, and that's why the squad's been up to about 24 players at one point. So for me, as I pick the side, I'm the manager, I do the coaching, I do the training, but we've had a lot of injuries as well, so I still don't believe I've had my strongest 11 out, and going into Canterbury's game Saturday I'm still without Jordan Wilson and maybe Busy, so still not playing my strongest team. But
I know you personally, and we chat after the game, and I know a lot of the views I see of supporters on the forum about matches, etc., are very similar to your own. So, if you know, I was looking through the match reports of the last game, and obviously there's questions there and trying to get into the manager's mind. So one of the quotes was, it seemed a pity that Reece Hall was left on the bench when it appeared the team was crying out for someone to run the midfield with the ball rather than lay it off after one touch.
Yeah, I mean, that's another frustrating point. So far we've tried 3 different formations. We started one at the start of the season and it worked, and then we got Tonk versus Kingstonians, so we changed it slightly, and then we changed it again after we lost to Hornchurch. So maybe that's a mistake in my thing, that I've not kept to the formation and stuck with it. Now we've worked this week on a formation that we feel suits our team. We just went 4-4-2, we just went basic for the last 4 or 5 games, and it worked in a couple of games and it hasn't worked in the others. I feel what it doesn't do, it doesn't play to our strengths. It doesn't play straight lines. We can't play long ball because we haven't got a big centre forward. We haven't got a big strong centre midfielders who are going to go box to box. What we've got is a passing team, and that's what we work on in training all the time. So we're going to play a formation that I feel suits us. Obviously won't go too much detail, but hopefully, and if it doesn't work, then you've got to look at the players, and I mean, and then probably look at myself because I'm the one who picked the players. So
football's a game of opinions anyway, and yours is the one that counts because you're the manager of the team. But obviously if you see a quote like, you know, with too many square passes, players happy to hand the responsibility to the nearest team plate, obviously I know through coaching and football is passing and getting the ball up, if they break down, that could be levelled at you, couldn't it? Too many sort of square passes. And
yeah, I think our biggest problem is, and it is it's probably the biggest thing in football, is confidence. Now, as I say, if you go away from home, if anyone's watched any of our away games this season, we play with that confidence, and I think we play how we really should do. But at home, for some reason, I still can't put my finger on it, because it's not as if the fans getting our back. It's not as if anyone's screaming at them, or every time they give the ball away, booing. It's not a case of that. So I think it's a mentality thing. We've got a lot of young kids, and going back to the original thing about Reece Hall, he is a type of player you need to get on the ball. So this formation will suit him Saturday, and he will be starting.
You know, someone's quoted, the squad isn't short of skillful ball players. The issue seems to be more about motivation and confidence, which is what you just touched on.
Yeah, confidence, as I say, is a completely massive thing, and it's one of them where we're going in games at home and we're not scoring, we're not playing well, but we're not even looking like scoring, and I think it's one of them where you get a goal. It's like the Leverett game away, it was 1-0 down, for 50 minutes we didn't test the keeper, all of a sudden Busy pops up with a goal, and it completely, you see the confidence growing us straight away, and for the next 3-4 games we play with confidence, but that's what we're lacking, and it's up to us. We keep telling the players, even if the confidence is low, you always got to give 100%. You've always got to work hard, and you've got to work hard for the luck to change.
A couple of questions more, only 2 more, so I'll let you get to training. Averley strikers were big and strong, skillful. Are we lacking that in the club? You know, supporters like a big striker, a couple of big defenders. So Lee Newman, this person is described as a class player, and seems to be getting match fit with every game. And it's believed his skills will not be properly used until we find a big striker.
Yeah, so I think every manager you speak to like a big striker, and we have identified that. We had Fuller at the start of the season, 6'7", and causes teams all sorts of problems. But with him, he's been up to Rochdale, then he's pulled his groin, he's out for 2 months. So We was a bit unlucky with him, but yeah, we are quite light up front in terms of size-wise. I know we got Wade Small, who's been injured. He's to come back, and we got Andre McCollum, and again they're all under 6 foot, so it has been a problem. But we are looking, and we are always on the outlook for a player. But if they're not better than what we got, then we've not played to our strengths in terms of getting the ball to the players' feet, playing into the channels with quality. What we've been doing is lumping up to their centre half, so he's been ending it back, and we've not been able to get the best out of our forwards. So again, the change of formation, hopefully we start playing the right way, and then we'll look at it again after that if it's not working.
Finally, after the game on Saturday, the players were locked down in the dressing room, or something went on in the dressing room. Don't need to go into detail on that. You was quoted in the local newspaper that issues were discussed frankly, players all got together. I would point out that Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger wouldn't do that sort of thing. Is this a new style of management thing? Was it beneficial without going into detail?
It's happened. Every footballer who's played the game will probably tell you it has happened at some point in the career. And it happened Saturday. It weren't a players' meeting. What it was, we come in after the game, obviously absolutely gutted. I had a little say, as always. Jeff had a say. And then it just started with one of the players piping up about something, and which was valid points. And then Jeff just went round individually, just asking their thoughts, and it just ended up being an hour-long chat. And sometimes it's good because, I mean, it's a different voice. Me, always hearing me harping on and talking, and Jeff. And then so to get a little bit of feedback, rather than them going away and then talking to their friends in the bar and then getting back to us that way, we wanted to have it's not even a clear air discussion, it was just a talk amongst men and see what their thoughts were, what they thought was going wrong. And at the end of the day, we talked about it. We've had another chat Tuesday, we come in training, and at the end of the day, you could talk as much as you like. It's what you do on the football pitch, and that's what I said.